Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on in. Sorry about the wait. Just finishing up some last-minute things. My name is Ice Cold Brew. I am going to be a commentator and caster for this broadcast. Tonight, we have New Balance Data Association Rosé up against Infamous Thieves Endgame for the first week of matches over here at Cross Progression League. And this is going to be a Tier 5, so C1 to C2. I've covered way too many leagues that change up their tiers every single time. Anyhow, of course, I got some familiar names. I am, of course, a close friend and a player for New Balance Data Association. Don't worry, I'm going to keep it as casual as I can, and I'm going to be as unbiased as possible. However, if New Balance Data Association mess up, I will be calling them out on that all the time. We have Atomic Duffel playing up with Not Keeps, and we also have Inter on the pitch with them right now. We also have Angel Wings of the Bronx hanging out in the background, along with Horror Story 2. And then on the Infamous Thieves side, they're bringing in Angel Wings, Lengthy Baby, Stealthy Koala, and new player Phantom, who are there trying to put on the roster today. They also have Papa Yes in the background as well. And yeah, Fear, you are the new player on the roster. All right, I see you in the lobby too. So, as far as I know, if they got the notification, their staff said you're okay, you should be good to play. I would wait for their okay. In the meantime, though, let's get folks ready and on the road here. This is going to be a best-of-5 series, ladies and gentlemen, as we get this matchup going. And we're going to see some real fun stuff. I love watching Rosé play. I think they're a very talented roster. I know that they have a lot of really good players on there. I have played against Inter before. I have played against Atomic Duff. I know Angel the Bronx, Angel Wing in the background is also a really good player as well. Stealthy Koala has some talent. Phantom is going to be the new face for me, folks, who I'm excited to see how you play, Fear. As we're starting off here, I'm coming from 2, so if I make a few mistakes in calls, I apologize ahead of time. But this is going to be a 3v3 matchup, C1-C2. So a little bit of comfortability in the air. Big thing I'm looking at is going to be rotations the entire time, folks. I want to see these people be able to play off each other really well. I want them to understand where their gameplay is going to be at. And I want them to try to anticipate where the ball is going to go, just like Papa Yes is going to drop this ball inside. Beautiful shot from them, just over the head of Atomic Duffel. Comes out of his line of sight, too, because Phantom dropped that ball down off the ceiling in order to catch up to that one. Second kickoff of the game so far. First goal going to Infamous Thieves. Team ran by Alyssa B as well. Name I'm very familiar with. He started casting 8 years ago. Crossbar hit for Papa Yes. Or unless it's Popeyes. Not Keeps going for the low 50 here. It's just going to buy some time for the team. Gets the boost and now has the ball. Nice little teamwork on that play. I like the look. I like the attempt. Atomic Duffel Bag trying to drop a bomb inside that post line. However, did not fall through here. Another good look from Atomic Duffel Bag. He's going to bring it back. Drops it down. Sarah keeps. It's up. Has a shot. And that's a great center from them. I love that initial contest because that put a lot of pressure on Infamous Thieves Endgame. Makes it really difficult for them to move around. Makes it difficult for them to focus on those rotations. Again, remember, first thing I said about 3v3 matches, rotation is everything. If you can get into the right place at the right time, if you cannot panic on defense, you are in a good spot. Now game's tied 1-1 once again. Ball floating up high. Phantom looking for a double tap. Instead puts it up too high. Ball killed in front of the net. Inter is going to exit here with the ball in hand. Now has a space. Can't find the angle, though. Just a bit too acute for him to cut. Instead, ball sailing past. Inter is going to fire towards the net. It's going to be a deflection from Stealthy Koala. Comes down like a drop bear. Phantom stepping back. Low on boost on the side of Rosé. Inter steps this one back. Going back to an earlier point, folks, just finding good rotation. I love seeing that second man be at midline, ready for the shot. I love seeing the follow-up from players as they catch that ball. Atomic Duffel Bag sees the save, catches the save, puts it right back into the net. Phantom, great cut off the board. However, too far upfield, right into Atomic Duffel Bag on that one. Enter on kickoff duty here. No, I apologize. Keeps. I had the people mixed around. It's going to be ball in favor of Rosé. It's back on the orange side of the pitch. Duffel Bag goes for the crossbar, and it's a follow-up from Enter, who's going to get the cleanup play here. Atomic brings that ball in so close so often and provides such a nice opening, because that immediate reaction to try to save the ball when you think it's going in, and then you end up losing out because you're out of position, is so difficult to catch up to. 3-1 now in favor of Rosé. Rosé in the blue really keeping up this momentum. Nice back pass. It's going to go to Keeps. Good dodge. And a powerful flick into the center of the net. Not Keeps. Is going to take the victory on this one. Put this 3-1. I love this evasiveness. I love the anticipation. Great spatial awareness from Keeps. Folks, as always, if you want to support these teams, make sure to grab clips as well throughout that broadcast, because it's going to be so important for them to be able to build up highlight reels, especially for Cross Progression League. They even have a channel where if you see good clips and you love having them in here, you can drop them in that Discord channel as well. Keeps. Gets countered by Papa Yes. Instead, nice wall dash. Honestly, Papa Yes mechanically has a nice foundation for picking up momentum and speed. And Phantom on the double tap. Oh, that is spicy. Beautiful shot from Phantom. Gets them out of position. Keeps it too deep in the net. Enters too far away. Atomic Duffel Bag, wrong side. No boost. Phantom with the goal. Kickoff goes over to the blue side of the pitch. Shot on target for Papa Yes. Denied by Atomic Duffel. Picks up, I believe, his first save there. As my hair gets caught in my headphones and starts pulling it out. I have majestic hair, folks, in case you don't know. Oh, Stealthy Koala tries to redirect into a save, but instead, own goals. Enter just puts some power on it, puts it far and away. It's one of those do or dead if you do, dead if you don't moments for Stealthy Koala. I think the only issue there is they just need a bit more verticality, and however, that reaction was the right call to make, try to prevent that goal. Unfortunately, it just fell short for them. Fell on target, really. Phantom looking for a center. Stealthy Koala looking for redemption. Keeps is going to work for his keep. Stays on the pitch. Gets that ball upfield. Phantom knocks it into the sidewall. Counter by Enter, who knocks Phantom out of the sky. Keeps. Gets countered by Phantom. Over to Enter. Enter with that dominance. Tries to get a little bit more power behind that ball. Dominance with such a nice hitbox to get that extra burst of power. As long as you can get a good hit. Atomic Duffel Bag. Over to Enter. Enter's going to miss out on this one. Phantom's going to take out Duffel Bag. Make its own explosion. Make it look like Fallout Season 2. Out now on Amazon Prime. I should watch that. Atomic Duffel Bag rising up above the competition. Tries to go for a double tap. He's been looking for that shot. That's about the fourth time he's tried to look for that one. Phantom. Low roller. Gets it dunked on by Phantom. Papa Yes. Keeps in the blue side. 40 seconds left to go. Not a lot of time to mount a comeback, but at least enough time to mount some momentum. If you are Infamous Thieves Endgame. Enter. Coming out of the corner. Tries to get past Phantom. Can't do so. Keeps. Knocks it away. Papa Yes out of position. Duffel can't get the opening he wants. A bit too close for Keeps. Just not able to find the angle, but honestly, I can't blame him. I struggle with that too. I never really passed geometry, if I'm honest. Not Keeps. Center field for Enter. Great pass on target. And I love a good one, too. I love a good give and go. Keeps. Drops it down center. That's exactly where New Balance Data Association has been the entire series. 4 out of 6 of their goal, well, 5 we count the own goal, have come from the mid lane for them. They've been able to attack from the center line, and they have continued to drive that ball home and drive true. game is going to be set for a first one in favor of Rosé. And they got to be happy with that performance, honestly. I mean, it's been beautiful for them. 10 shots for Rosé, keeping that pressure on, while the 5 shots from Infamous Thieves have kept him in the backcourt fairly often. I feel like Infamous Thieves Endgame have some very mechanically talented players. They have a good idea of what they need to do in order to control the pace, in order to control the time. The downside here that they've been struggling with is just a question of positioning on the defensive side. They've been caught off guard way too often, and that's led them to difficult spots in the long run. And so with that in mind, when they come into this game 2, what they should really focus on... Oh, pause. All right, let's come on back in here. We had a game crash. Unfortunate break here, but it's a good time for me to mention the league sponsors for Cross Progression League Season 4. Folks, CPL sponsored by the wonderful folks over at Boost Over Ball Gaming Podcast, Tishok Gaming as well, Shafted Esports. We also have Krusty Crew Gaming covering us for this field, and Solar Path Esports, who actually, their Solar Path team just won the 2v2 North American Challengers Grand Finals just recently. As we got everyone coming back in. Looks like everyone's good to go here. Oh, lucky bullet. But with that in mind, it's going to be I believe, a $75 prize pool for this Tier 5. So with that in mind, folks, let's get Game 2 on the road with Rosé. Bit of a hiccup here. I don't know how it's going to affect their momentum for this game. Phantom, though, is going to miss out on that first touch. It's going to be Keeps in a solo. Gets a flick. That's on target. Keeps on. Just walks away with it the entire time. Drives straight down the mid lane. Short little cut. Lancy coming in on the pitch right now. Cuts in. Will not be enough here. That's right, folks. We have a new player on the block. Phantom is going to be joined by Lancy on this one. They had a really mechanically talented player on their side in the past game with Stealthy Koala. However, Stealthy Koala has taken the back seat right now, and is going to be supporting the team from the sideline, trying to give them some feedback on what he sees after Lancy has come in to showcase what they see. I will say one thing I do like about this league compared to another league I play, you can bring in as many subs as you want, as often as you want, and recognize that that shift momentum will be what you need. However, it's still been par for the course for Rosé. I need folks in chat to do me a favor. Keep track of how many times Rosé attacks from the mid lane. Because as far as I can tell, I think that's 7 so far. Thank you for the follow, Stealthy Koala. Lancy, baby! Cannot make it there in time. Grant, I need you to confirm something. Is Lancy part of the Aviators in MLE? Because he has the AVI team, club name, and I'm wondering if that's us. Phantom, demo on the backfield on enter. It's not going to be enough as Duffelbag clears that ball down towards the mid lane. Going to be another chance. Phantom rising up. Lancy's trying to get a bump on enter. It's not going to be enough. Phantom just solos it the entire way there. But a little bit of help from Lancy, who has to get that bump on enter. Puts him out of pocket, forces enter to own goal instead. Nice setup. Now 2-1 in favor of Rosé still. It's tied momentarily, and now it's back under control. About to hit 90 seconds gone by. Atomic Duffelbag puts the ball towards the net. Keeps trying to put pressure on, and it's enough pressure for Enter to find that close shot on that right side of the pitch. Don't pay attention to the shot from Enter. Pay attention to how Keeps challenges Papa Yes, forces Papa Yes to misturn, and ends up in a difficult position. Okay, he was from Spectre. That's why I recognize that name. Alyssa B with the raid. Welcome on in, Alyssa B. You're here for Game 2 of this Best of 5 series, Infamous Thieves Endgame. Currently down by 2 right now, down 1 game in the series. Looking to mount a comeback. We just had Lanky come in for Stealthy Koala as the sub. Not Keeps on a breakaway. Good feed to Atomic Duffel Bag. Won't be enough, but Duffel Bag, enough of a push to put that ball across. Keeps that ball in control, but Keeps is a bit too far back, and honestly, you got a 2-goal lead. Not much we can do about that. Give me one moment, folks. I got to do streamer things real quick. As thank you once again, Alyssa, for bringing your folks in from your match. Let me know how that went. Let me know how it goes, folks. If you want some great matches to be covered by, go check out Alyssa B Casting. Incredible caster. She has been putting in the work over the past 8 months, working with a variety of teams, including New Balance Data Association, including her own. Covering 1s, 2s, 3s, whatever you need. She has been on top of it. Beautiful save from Lanksy as I am hyping up the Oregoner. Phantom shut down at the sideline, but it's going to be Papa Yes. Diving onto the ball. Keeps. Tries to keep it under control, but will lose out in the long run. Upfield from Enter to Duffel Bag. Not going to be a confirmed touch, though. I like that demo in the background on the front line from Keeps. Trying to keep folks away here. But it's not going to be enough. Pay attention to the spacing, too. With Rosé in such a nice lead with the insurance goal, they're more comfortable playing a bit further back. They're trying to make sure it's a drop 2 defense right now. And covering as much as they can on that back line. Trying to prevent the easy 2v1s for Infamous Thieves, or at least a 3v2 in this scenario. Lanky Baby. It's going to have a demo from Phantom. That's not going to be enough. That ball gets away as Enter dives. Keeps, fakes it out. Atomic. Pop up. It's going to look for that double tap again. Shut down by Phantom. Keeps. Over to Enter. Enter on target. Picks up their second goal now. Beautiful shot from Enter. Takes control, takes possession. Just a bit of hesitation on that challenge. Ends up providing that opening. 3-goal difference once again. 75 seconds left to go. Definitely possible, and especially with a shot like that. What a fake out from Lanksy. Well, I apologize. I think that might have been, that wasn't Lanksy. That was Papa Yes. What a fake out from them in order to open it up for Phantom to strike home. Brings it back down to a 2-goal game. Puts it back within reasonable effort. So got to worry about that drop 2 defense from Rosé, though. And I think they have the right idea. Just get in their face, try to fake them out on the challenge, take control of the ball. Phantom rising up. One more touch from Phantom could put a good center for the team, but instead, under possession of Atomic Duffel Bag, flick up high. Enter is going for the cleanup. Phantom's going to sail. Lanky Baby almost went for that too, but now he's got a center. Good top shelf shot. No, crossbar. Not Keeps off the backboard, able to pick up a save, denies the shot. Awkward positioning, though. The ball's going back to the blue side of the pitch. Can he get the save? Enter clears it out. Dangerous shot, though. Lanky almost on top of it. Keeps looking for a redirect. Enter, pass over to Keeps. Keeps in the corner. 15 seconds left. Not a lot of time to find a goal here. Keeps down center line, and there it is again, folks. I believe that's 8 shots from the midline for Rosé at this point in time between both games. Beautiful feed to Keeps from the corner. That's been such a nice setup for Rosé. That's what they've been looking for consistently. Meanwhile, Infamous Thieves, they've had their moments as well, too. They find some good looks off of passing plays, off of fakes, and that's what they need more of. But in the meantime, it's going to be game 2, a match point for Rosé right now. As I'm currently petting my cat with a broken leg. Poor baby boy. He's in my computer chair, another reason why I'm standing, folks. But look at those stats as well. Just 4 shots. Again, Rosé has overwhelming pressure right now. They have 10 shots total and have continued to build up upon that pressure the entire time. Have taken out they put so much pressure on Infamous Thieves that makes it difficult for them to maintain control. And then the rotational aspect as well, they get caught out and they get caught out in awkward positions so often that it leads to these awkward moments where the ball is just unchallenged for too long, and that hesitation kills. Especially at C1 and C2, you learn to pick up as you go higher up in the ranks, but C1, C2, if you hesitate too long, you lose that momentum. That pendulum was swinging in your direction, and it gets dropped out in the long run. And Grant, you are right. Timeout only happens in playoffs for a cross progression league. So unfortunately, we're moving on to the next game right now. As we get this lobby set up here, we got all the players joining in. Everyone's in. I think someone just sent a message in the Discord. I need teams to join, please. All right, pardon me, folks, as we come back to my face. I have to remake the lobby again. I need to message the teams real quick and make sure they know a rule. First week of the season, I get it. I'm going to let it go. I always like to say it. Make sure you read the rule book, folks. But it happens. Some people, sometimes you need to call a timeout, try to get people to talk for a little bit. You got to use that 60 seconds effectively in between matches. If you have a tech issue, you have to just let me know. It's better if you say it in game than out of game, because if I see it in the game chat, in my stream chat, I'm not going to assume you're part of the team. I'm going to assume you're someone else. Or you can ping me in Discord as well, and that helps out in the long run. All right, folks. Looks like we're getting everyone back into the match. I see a full lobby here, so I imagine we're all good to go. All right, looks like people are joining in. All right, folks. Okay, that's understandable. If there's a family issue, a family emergency, please just let me know. I always willing to hear on that, so I completely understand if there's an issue on that side. Family is more important than the game. I'm going to be upfront and honest about that, so I absolutely get it. Please, like I said, please just let me know. This way I can, if I need to fill time, I can fill time instead of pausing in the middle of a match and getting confused. But everything's good to go. We're on match point for Rosé right now. Everyone's good to play. Lanxey gets bumped out by Enter. It's going to provide Duffel Bag a chance. Drops that ball to Keeps. Keeps looking for a backboard pass to Enter. Enter's going to try and find the feed. Top shelf just a bit too high. Keeps puts it back. Ball down center. And Duffel Bag tries to fake. But it's going to be an opening for Lanxey, baby. He's going to find a first goal for Infamous Thieves Endgame. Bit overzealous on the challenges here. Atomic trying to fake out Lanxey, but Lanx was able to anticipate this challenge, takes it down, and pushes it past Atomic in order to take that lead. First time they've had the lead in this matchup so far as well. As now that ball's taking flight, it's going to hit up in the air. Enter Has a good angle on it. Won't be able to follow through, though. Nice touch from Phantom. Keeps under control. Gets past one. Needs to get past two. Just looking for a pinch. Ball up high. It comes down off the ceiling. Goes back into the side that Phantom just came from. Again, rotation is going to be a major aspect. Stealthy Koala, we got it all handled. No worries. Like I said, if you just let me know in game, it helps make everything a bit easier. We all got family. We get it. In the meantime, though, Phantom tries to deny the shot on the back post. On that left post, however, breaks right past, finds that lucky pixel. Ties up the game 1-1. Just over 90 seconds gone by so far, as Rosé has tied up the game once again. Keeps out in the corner. One more touch. A little bit more power. It's going to be Enter with the follow-up. Hesitation on that front post. As Lynxy tries to get ready for it. Comes out a bit too soon, and that's going to be Enter's great anticipation. Beautiful setup from him, and that's coming from Keeps again, who is fine that center line pass. Ball didn't come from the mid lane this time. Wasn't down center of the lane, but still that anticipation for the teammate to be in the right place at the right time has been so important for Rosé's offense, has been what has driven them to the lead so far. Phantom, on the other hand, almost ties it, but Enter, final moments, he hits a save. Atomic duffel bag trying to break away. No boost in the tank, though. Phantom also on a goose egg is going to pick up the corner. Ball out, popping out of the side. Papa Yes also has a Dodgers club name on there. Going to drop this one down and in. Ties up the game 2-2. Grant, another, or Alyssa, actually, because this is your player. Is Papa Yes also an MLE? Do we just have MLE versus MLE going on right now? MLE, folks, for those who don't know, is Minor League Esports, currently participating in tryouts right now. If you want to join a draft league, fun stuff. Not Keeps. Gets a nice touch, but Phantom on the pickup. Able to carry that ball away. Keeps trying to contest control, trying to slow him down. Going to be Phantom in the net. That's going to provide an opening for Lynxy, baby. Angel, that's incredible. I love seeing MLE people outside of MLE. Always think it's fun. Incredible. I should probably be doing my tryouts, y'all. I'm a GM. I should be doing better. Lynxy, baby, off the assist from Papa Yes. Or, I apologize, from Phantom. Able to bring this team back in the lead now. Going to be Lynxy looking for one more opportunity. Rosé is slowing down a little bit. I will say, one thing I do love about having other MLE players is I can just go look at the data spreadsheets I keep track of and know how they have played in other leagues. This way I can say how they're going to do in this one. It's always a fun way to track my stats that way. Phantom, down center line, coming out of the corner, was looking for a pass. Sadly, no one was around to really help him out. Instead, it's going to be a back pass to Lynxy from Papa Yes. Papa Yes is going to be someone I'm keeping an eye on for FL, by the way, because I definitely see them moving up to AL. Yeah, I also need to do my scrims. Maybe I should do that after this. Not Keeps, top shelf, redirects it inside after the ball hits the ceiling. Good cut and pop-up from Enter. Drops it down and in. Brings the game back to a tie. Cat's making a mess downstairs while this game is getting intense. Still, match point for Rosé at this point in time. Atomic duffel bag. Hail Mary to the orange side of the pitch. Intercepted by Lynxy. Duffel bag tries to cut down Lynxy, but it's going to be Phantom rising up above the competition. Ball towards the net. Papa Yes cuts in. Bit too quick. And it's going to be Enter dropping this ball inside. Brings the lead back under control for Rosé. Just a bit more space for Enter on this one, and it's just enough for him to cut around. As I hear my cats messing with the cabinet downstairs. Or was that you, Tifa, hiding out in the bathroom and coming out of the cabinet? I don't know. Folks, don't have more than one cat. They get confusing. Might be a good idea to check the bot. Sometimes the replays have been crashing, but I think they fixed it recently and told people not to use admin controls. 50 seconds left to go. 50 seconds for Infamous Thieves Endgame to mount a comeback. Redirect from Atomic Duffel Bag. Papa Yes tries to catch up, but that ball's down center line. Enter gets the final touch. Phantom tries to save the final moments here, but it's not going to be enough. Good force from Enter. Put that inside. It's already in too deep. Good Sum 41 song. 2-goal difference, 40 seconds left to go. Enough time to mount a comeback if you can play quick enough. They've had some incredible looks on the side of Infamous Thieves in-game. Their shining moments of offense have been the redirects and passes that they've been able to get to each other. A lot of the fakes from the previous game also help get that momentum shift. Nice block from Langsty Baby. And if they can pull that offense from Rosé up towards the front field, that provides them another opportunity. Now it's just Duffel Bag on the back line. Langsty's playing center line. Good save from Atomic Duffel Bag. Gonna throw everything, including the kitchen sink at this point in time. Langsty Baby, top shelf, goes off the backboard, but it's a bit too far. Game, set, and match in favor of Rosé. That is game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Taking their first 3-0, first 1-0 of the series. First 3-0 series total is going to be New Balance Data Association Rosé with a total of 8 shots, 5 goals. And I believe of those goals, I think a solid 70% of them came from that mid lane. Just a middle of the line shot. Center line drive the entire time. Honestly, Endgame, they have some great stuff to work with too. Plenty of things to work on in replay review, some habits to fix here and there, some rotational aspects to focus on. But they had really strong looks whenever it came to passing the ball and playing the game as well. One thing I look forward to is seeing where they're going to be at in the coming weeks, because this is going to be quite a while for this season. But in the meantime, folks, let's talk about who my favorite player of the game was for this series. I believe that's the clip I want to use. Give me one moment, folks. I have a new system in place, and it's not easier to utilize. I'm not going to lie. My favorite player of the game is probably going to be Keeps right now, because again and again, Keeps was the one who was feeding the team the entire time, trying to find opportunities for them to score. And that was one of my favorite players to see. But Enter as well had some great setups the entire time for the squad. Again and again, though, it's a tough call. I know New Balance Data Association makes a call on who is going to be player of the game every series they do when they win. And it could be just about any of these players, honestly. Because you have good feeds coming out from Enter, you have good feeds coming out from Keeps, and then, of course, Atomic Duffel Bag finding some great shots as well. Well, either way, great series overall, folks. If you like this matchup, you saw this on YouTube, please leave a like and subscribe down below. If you love the music, go check out Christopher Escalante at ChristopherEscalante.com or !track in the stream chat. I am also currently taking care of my cat, who has a broken leg. We're going to go to the vet again in another week, so he is going to probably need meds, which will be expensive. So if you want to help us out with that, go to my Ko-fi link in the description of the YouTube channel or !Ko-fi if you want to support me financially and directly outside of the stream, giving subs or bits, because Twitch takes a while to get those to us. That in mind, folks, thank you all so very much for joining me on this broadcast. It has been an incredible time having y'all on. Let's go over and see who is casting at this moment in time. I know Cross Progression League sometimes cast, but I don't think they're doing it now. Oh, here we go. Let's go to the man, the myth, the legend. Let's head on over to him again. It's going to be Voice Guy V, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go check him out, see what's going on over there. In the meantime, thank you all so very much for joining me on the broadcast. I will see you all next time.